Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. Alright, I'm wanting to get a trap set today. A couple of my latest videos, I talked or shared how a predator came and snatched one of my chickens. It has been a while since I've had an issue with predators such as coyotes, fox. Oh man, it's done warmed up. I'm pretty sure we actually found how the coyote came up. I'm saying a coyote. I feel pretty good saying that. It could be a fox, but in my mind I'm seeing a coyote. That's what I've had problems with in the past out here. We have bobcat, coyotes, and fox. And just kind of feels like a coyote snatched this chicken. So I'm going to set a trap here. This is the last big area where I found chicken feathers. A few years ago I had some turkey hens started disappearing. I'm down to one turkey, a gobbler. And it was a coyote. I made a trap set right down. There's a little road right there. And I put a couple of sets along this hillside, but where I had found the remains of that hen was there, and I felt pretty good. That's where I was going to make the catch. And it took about 7 days, and I made the catch there, and it was a young male coyote. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to figure out where the bed. I'm thinking right in here, and I'll have to make some backing. So we'll talk about that as we go. Let's get started here. All right, just getting stuff to prep for the trap bed. I'm gonna clean out this area right here. I'm gonna, this tree, this small elm, this pine, and I'm gonna help use part of that as the fencing or the backing. And what that is, where you have your trap set, you wanna try to create a pathway that the animal's coming. You know, you're on 600 acres and you're trying to get a little 2-foot area for that coyote or that fox to come up and place their paw on one little spot. It works, and I have been successful in the past. And I've caught bobcat, coyote, and fox. I missed a mink one time when I was trying to catch one. I caught a bunch of coons. Coyotes are pretty smart. They're like Wile E. Coyote. They're smarter than him, but they are wily. So let me get this area cleared. We'll get the bed dug and then start getting the trap set. That stuff right there will even help attract critters. Digging this earth up. Animals love fresh earth, that smell of dirt. I have had these trap sets before and see deer prints in them, and fortunately I've never trapped a deer. I guess things like that can happen. That's not my target animal. Coyotes are, you can hunt them, trap them year round here in our state. And they can be a nuisance, that's for sure. I know they have their place, but I know at one time coyotes were not part of the Southeast. They were brought here, and I believe they were brought here for hunting purposes and whatnot. What I like trying to do is get the dirt clean of all the big pebbles and dirt clogs and root debris. You want to try to get your bed area as level as possible. And when you get that trap seated down in here, which is kind of deep right now, I'm going to redo it. You want that bed where it's sitting good and tight. And or you don't have much wobble room with your trap when it's sitting in the ground. You don't want it to be flexing, because stuff like that can spook the critter when they come up to investigate, and you want them to be able to come right up to that one spot, and where you've got the pan, to touch that pan, which this trap's got a little stiff, so I'll work with it. This is the Dukes. I think it's a 1 3/4. It's an offset heel trap, and I'll have it staked down into the ground with these long stakes anchored. So it'll be down here. There'll be a down up under the trap in the bed. Hopefully I'll be able to show that in better detail here in a minute. All right, I've got the trap set. You've got this side here. I tell you, this will scare the poo out of you when it goes off. You want this setting as level as you can in the ground. This frees up. I can work here. If it goes off, it's not going to catch me. And what I've got to do is get my anchors down in the ground and just kind of create like a little V shape, real simple. And you drive these all the way into the ground. And this keeps the animal from pulling itself free and getting out of the set. And that's anchored in there good. Let me get a better view of this. Feels like summertime. Ooh, I missed the cool weather. Already got extra spring. This acts as a little shock absorber for when animal traps, and I'll be checking this every day. I know I'm putting a lot of scent down. You guys probably, some of y'all understand how things work. I'm not wearing rubber gloves and boots and all that. But the nature of this beast here, it was Friday of last week, and what I've learned about young male coyotes, and I could be wrong on what it is, but just going back from past catches, it always was a little young. I say little. They were grown, but they were young male coyotes. They get pushed out. There'll be a dominant male, and they have a territory. I remember talking to one of the guys down at the management area who did a lot of trapping, and he said they had collared a coyote down in that area, which is in Barber County, and they put that radio collar on that coyote, and that young male was going, I forgot, it's like 100 square miles. It was through Montgomery, up in our area. They had tracked it with that collar and would make these big loops, and about every 7 days it would pass back down in there where they had trapped it and put a collar on it. And that one coyote that was killing my turkeys, it took me 7 days, and I caught him. On the 7th day, he was in the trap set. So I'm thinking Friday of next week, Friday or Saturday, should see some action here. Hopefully I'll have that Yodi. It's been a while since I've made a trap set. But here's the bed. I've got it. I'm gonna get it seated a little more stronger. I'm gonna put a hole back here, and my bait will be down in here, and I'll have fencing or backing on both sides, and this will all be covered up. And that you'll want that animal to come and put his paw or her paw, boom, right there, and hopefully catch the critter. So we're going to give it a try here. Coming along, I had to go get me some more dirt. There's a little dirt hole. This is actually called a dirt hole set, and this is the tricky part here. I gotta cover this up, make it nice and smooth, and do a little offset here from the hole. Like I said, there'll be fencing, because I want that animal to come and put the paw right there in this trap. And it's anchored down. There's many ways of anchoring. I like to put them down, the earth anchors. And I like those big stakes. You can make these little small. I've used those in the past, and they kind of go straight in. And then when they're pulled, they turn horizontal like that. And you have to dig them puppies out. All right, so let me get this trap covered and get the bait set. Okay, what I did, I collected a lot of the feathers and I put them in here. I've got some wool. I'm going to put some more bait and I'll stuff it down in that hole, and that'll make the critter curious as to what's going on here. And let's look at this. Animals are funny, like humans, about where they want to place their feet. And they don't want to place their feet on stuff like this. So I'm trying to make it where that critter's going to want to walk up here, and about the size of a coyote, place it right here as he's trying to check this out. I've got this, they like charred stuff that's been burned. That's a good attractant. Just try to make it as pleasing as possible to make that animal curious and come in here and see, hey, there might be something for me to eat. When you think about a wild animal, they're constantly having to get something to eat, versus our animals that we take care of, domestic animals. You know, we're constantly feeding them and pampering them. No, the wild animals, they're out there. Definitely survival of the fittest. Let's check out this fencing. I'm probably going to put something back in that hole there just to kind of, but here's my angle of approach. And here's that area I'm hoping that critter's going to come and step. Boom, right there. That's my hope. And it's funny, there's things you can put down here in front of that trap to make it where that animal will put his or her paw on that pan and those jaws. Catch them, and you get that front leg caught. All right, I'll be checking this trap every day. I'm going to do a few more things, put some, spray some fox urine, and I've got some coyote. Both good for attractant. Want to draw them in. And I like how I've got it set up here. Pathway of least resistance is coming up along the edge of this wood line right here. Or they may want to come along that fence. They'll travel those corridors. And the hen house is straight up through there. Animals, like humans, they like the pathway of least resistance. I've seen them coming through stuff like this, but for the most part, they like a little bit of cover and an easy pathway. So maybe this will work. Probably put me something else here to kind of kick them around this way. But this is what my trap set looks like. This is a dirt hole set. And I've caught critters before like this, so hopefully I'll catch this sucker. All right, I got the sheep's wool. I don't know where, I guess alpaca. All call. Douse that stuff up. Yeah. I'm kidding. It does have a funky smell to it. I'll shove that down in the hole. Shove it right in. All right, guys, I've got it doctored up. Got it sprayed down with some urines. I have had the backing fall and cover up the trap set. Everything here was collected in this area. And now I'm going to just push out of here. And I'll just check it every morning. I'm going to have to keep my dogs rounded up because they'll be over here and getting in this, digging it up and getting caught. And I don't want that. And man, I hope I catch this animal because they will keep coming back. I know I lost, I think it was 4 or 5 hens, turkey hens, to a coyote a few years ago. And once they find their food supply, they're like, hey, I know where to go eat. There's McDonald's, there's a Burger King, a Taco Bell, or KFC in this case. So hopefully I'm gonna put a stop to it. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone. Y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. See you next time. Y'all take care.